So hi, I'm Jeff Eisenman, President of Maverick Applied Science. So today we're continuing our educational video series on non-metallic equipment. So we know that pipe supports are essential to the reliable performance of every piping system. So do you know what to ask for and what to expect from your pipe supports for your non-metallic piping? So don't get conned. For many process piping systems, pipe supports are an afterthought. After a lot of effort has gone into the selection of the piping materials and the system arrangement, giving consideration to routing, access, and flow characteristics, the pipe supports don't get a lot of attention in too many cases. So there are some common rules for pipe supports for steel pipe. All too often these same rules get applied to FRP piping as well. This approach can lead to less than reliable results for FRP and thermoplastic piping systems. So here's a sobering thought. Insufficient engineering and poor pipe supports account for more than half of the FRP piping failures experienced in process plants today. So don't fall into that same old trap. We want you to know what to ask for and what to expect. When it comes to FRP piping, both design and arrangement of the pipe support system are critical elements to ensure reliable performance. So today I'm going to do a deep dive into the best practices for pipe supports for FRP piping. So first, let's talk about pipe support design. So FRP is a flexible piping material and not as rigid as steel. So the support should be more robust than typical supports for steel piping. Because FRP piping does not yield like steel, it's considered a non-ductile material. So this means that FRP can be sensitive to point loads. Generally speaking, FRP supports tend to be about twice the width of similar supports for steel pipe. Occasionally, we still find FRP sitting directly on steel beams. This can create another opportunity for point loading and cracking at the bottom of the pipe. FRP pipe should sit in clamps or at least in shields with rubber lining. The rubber improves the fit and minimizes the opportunity for wear. Dead weight loads start to get big for pipe sizes about 10 inches in diameter. As dead weight increases, friction loads also increase. So the support does not move as freely as it would for smaller pipe sizes. So for larger pipe sizes, slide bearings are important to reduce the friction and allow the support to move as intended. The priority here is to protect the pipe and allow the support to freely function as designed. Commodity supports for steel piping tend to be problematic for FRP and thermoplastic piping also. So finally, let's talk about pipe support arrangement. When you look at an FRP piping system, I want you to know what good supports look like and what bad supports look like. So here's a few pointers. So as noted earlier, you should see clamps and shields almost everywhere. Maybe an occasional flange support or wear pad on a smaller pipe. Most process systems have working temperatures in the 140 to 200 degree Fahrenheit range. So typically there's notable thermal expansion and contraction occurring, similar to a steam system. These thermal movements need to be managed and controlled. So when you see an FRP or thermoplastic piping system in a plant, you should be able to find occasional anchor supports. This is a fixed support with shear collars to lock the pipe in place. Anchors are necessary for stability in the piping system. Still, these piping systems need to be guided within reasonable limits. About every third support should have lateral guide stops. This allows thermal movements to be guided and directed to more flexible areas. Done correctly, these measures will reduce the stress in the piping and in the structures. You should also see some logic or sense in the pipe support arrangement. If you don't, start asking questions immediately, especially if you've experienced piping failures. You may be at risk and not even know it. So if you've experienced piping failures and don't see common sense in your non-metallic piping arrangements, reach out to your SME or an external resource like Maverick to conduct an audit of your piping systems and potentially recommend corrective measures to increase the safety of these systems. Some of these recommendations are discussed in our Lost Production Manifesto, which can be found on our website. So give us a call to talk about your pipe supports. And also, most importantly, I want to announce that the Plant Engineers Forum for Nonmetallics is coming back on May 25th and 26th this year. The forum is another great opportunity to learn more about nonmetallics. You can find the event announcement and registration on our website at www.maverickappliedscience.com. And of course, keep an eye out for our next video. Thanks for watching.